Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Angel and Spirit Guide. There we go. Angel and Spirit Guide Money and Career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in. Oh wait, before I dive right in, a lot of you have been asking me, can you come back to the readings? Like, how many times can you listen to them? Do they lose their potency? If you are drawn to listen to the readings multiple times, then that is your spirit guides and your angels saying there is something that you need to hear, or there is, there's something that you need to hear and there's a reason for it. So no, it doesn't lose its potency. This reading isn't dated because whenever you come across it is the exact moment that your angels and your spirit guides wanted you to hear it. But even for the ones that are dated, as often as you need to listen to it to get that message, to have that connection with your soul, with your spirit, it is perfectly okay. So listen as much or as little as you like. This is a safe space. Yeah, so let's dive in with your spirit animal cards. These will also be your totem animals for this time. And if you come across this animal, in the wild, or the image of this animal, then this is your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder saying, remember this message. So angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right, so we have the starfish spirit, which says open to infinite possibilities, which I love. Oh, and then you have the bee spirit, which says sweet results await. So be open to infinite possibilities. Don't limit yourself because sweet results await, Pisces. And now let's see what your chakra message is. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. This one that fell out, which is life purpose. Well, isn't that a big one? But it is you moving towards your life purpose, and that's brilliant. And then this one right here, peace. And your life purpose brings you peace. Now you might be saying, Dane, I don't know my life purpose. What the heck is this about? And it is saying here that everything that you are doing during this time, even if you know that this isn't the job that you want, or this isn't the place that you want to be, and that you have greater passion within you, you want to either, move forward or change things up, you are moving towards your life purpose, which is amazing. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Pisces, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Did we go? Yeah, these ones right here. All right, so we start with the Queen of Cups. Oh, that's you. You just jumped out. That's awesome. So you're coming through as the Queen of Cups. You know what you need. You have this strength to you that is beautiful, and you're moving forward with the Six of Swords. Then we have the Fool. Everything is changing. Yeah, you have this braveness to you. The Two of Cups, love, joy, prosperity, the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is magnificent. The High Priestess, the Princess of Swords and air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Ten of Swords, okay, overkill, most definitely, but also wealth from it. The Three of Wands and the Four of Wands. Oh my gosh, you couldn't have a better reading if I went through and picked out the cards myself. This is beautiful. This has me excited. Wow. Okay. So with the starfish and the bee spirit, open to infinite possibilities is what the starfish spirit is saying. With the bee spirit, sweet results await. So you're going to see sweet results coming. But also remember, the bee in Celtic mythology was a representation of paradise. So represented paradise. And there is a sense of you moving towards paradise, of you moving towards what you truly love. Now, will this be every moment of every day? No, but there will be moments of it. glimpses of it, glitter of it. And that is going to be really, really beautiful for you. It's going to keep you inspired. It's going to keep you moving forward. We have life purpose right here with your throat chakra. You are speaking into existence what you want. You are climbing the stairs. You are putting in the time and the effort. You aren't afraid. And even if you are afraid, you are still moving towards your life purpose. So even if you think, oh my gosh, I'm stuck, everybody's telling me I'm stuck, or everybody knows that I'm stuck, I can feel it with the way they look at me, kind of thing. You know how we do when we know we're in a place that we don't want to be, and we think everybody else knows it too, but they might not. And most likely they don't, because they're so caught up in their drama. So here, you are moving towards your life purpose. So even if you're at a point of doubting, don't. You're going to head to greatness. And there is something absolutely brilliant out there for you. And it can be, even if you're not overwhelmed, if even if you're saying, Dane, this is my dream job, then you are embracing and encompassing your life purpose. And then we have peace. Peace is moving you forward. This is the crown chakra. This is also calming your mind, calming yourself, and moving forward in peace. It will be beautiful for you, and it is beautiful for you to sit there and say, okay, yes, life has anxiety. Life has these ups and these downs and the lefts and the rights, and you can't plan for it. But if you come with an open heart, if you embrace peace and joy and the connection with your soul and self, you will find that you move forward in a really beautiful, really powerful way. And that's what you're looking at here. I love the Queen of Cups. I mean, the Queen of Cups is, as I was taught by one of my teachers, she's the best queen, and only second to the Empress. So that is always like such a kudos for water sign energies. But this is sensitivity and this is heartfeltness. This is coming from a place of the heart. And what I love is you're represented by the moon in the major arcana, right? And you have the moon right above this cup. So the wisdom of your essence, the wisdom of the moon, the divine wisdom of the moon is filling your cup, is moving you forward, and you are embracing and basking in this beauty. And it is such a part of you. It is something you can't turn from even if you wanted to. There is a level of mysticism to your person that needs to come through, that you need to embrace. If you don't embrace it, you feel like you wither. Now, this can also be saying that a lot of water sign energies, creative people. And if you don't let your creativity shine, you feel like you're withering. So even if your 9-to-5 job is to pay the bills, that's great. That's great. You can pay your bills. Make sure you're doing something creative on the side. And even if you're not a very creative person, even if that's not how you define yourself, there is something during this time that you want to create, that you want to cultivate, that you are working on and working towards, that really moves you forward. And you're looking towards your future here. Here, Pisces, you're looking at the days, the weeks, the months, the years to come. You're seeing what you desire, what you want, where it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to cultivate within your life. And you are really using this internal power that you have. Even if you're sitting there and saying, oh, Dana, I'm so glad for the Pisces that do, but it's just not me. No, it is you. It most definitely is. And as you're moving forward, you're going to see things in a new light. You're going to see new avenues arise that you didn't think could be a part of your life. You're going to see new power moving you forward. You're going to see beauty surrounding you. And as you do so, you're going to find yourself gathering up all your knowledge, all your understanding, and moving forward with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is saying, okay, you know what? I've worked hard for this. I've worked darn hard for this. And what I love is that it's paired with the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords here is overkill. But I've had this kind of like aha, eureka moment with the Ten of Swords. And it's a fortune in his back. Okay? It really is. Now, I know you're going to sit there and be like, Dane, that is such a weird way to look at the Ten of Swords. And I agree, but I also think it's brilliant. Not because, Spirit gave it to me, but because it just really I was shocked by it. And so here, with the Ten of Swords, right in his back, in ancient times, and even relatively recent times, after a battle, people would go and they would take the weapons off of those who had fallen, see for those who are wounded to take them, and be cared for, or to give a killing blow to, right? But you wouldn't leave this wealth in somebody's back, right? So this is overkill, yes, but this is overkill of knowledge. This is overkill of a wealth that will be used. This is why it's the darkness before the dawn. It's the questioning, it's the doubt, it's the fear, it's the can I do this? And then paired with the Six of Swords, it's like, oh my goodness, yes, you can. You are moving forward in a way that is beautiful and is powerful and is profound for you. And as you do so, you're set free. As you do so, you've completed a cycle, and you've completed one of the cycles of why you're on this earthly plane, of what you need to know, of what you're deciphering, what you're understanding, what you're building within your life. And this brings you to a clarity. This brings you to a sense of, with this Ace of Swords, this is clarity that is coming in. This is intellect. This is ideas. This is clear thinking. Okay, this is sunrises. I don't know why I keep on wanting to say sunsets with the Ace of Swords. Now, it can just be that the day, like the sunrise and the sunset, yes, that's it, because you're in the west, okay? And water is in the west. Water signs are directionally west, air signs east. So sunrises and sunsets are going to be very important to you. The cycle of the day is going to be very important to you. There's a sense of cutting through doubts and fears, of knowing what it is that you desire, knowing what it is that you want. And you might say, Dane, I don't. But divinity is handing you this gift and you're taking it. You're taking it, and you might think that your ideas are rather naive. Why? Because we have the Princess of Swords here. So the Princess of Swords is not the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords is mature, she knows more, she's lived more, she has more of an understanding. The Princess of Swords is young. She comes through things with a naivety, but she also doesn't have biases like the Queen of Swords does. So the princes, they don't have the biases of the kings and of the queens. In this deck, there are princes and princesses instead of, pages and knights. So here, there is a sense of not having the bias of age, okay, or not having, a certain set way, like, oh, I tried this before and it failed. No, you're going to be much more creative during this time. Even if you've tried things and failed, it's not going to be what holds you back. You're going to sit there and be like, okay, I tried, I failed, I try again. Because what I love is that you have this Ten of Swords, you have the darkness before the dawn, you have a wealth of knowledge in your back, you have power, you have prosperity, you really do. Okay? And it moves you to the Three of Wands. It's time to move forward. Time to look at things anew. Time to look at new avenues, new prosperities, new bounties, new ideas, which leads you to the Four of Wands. And I love that progression, the Three and then the Four. The Four of Wands is, and they all live happily ever after. It's kind of like the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, this is something that you want, but this is the midst of celebration. So this is the celebration of a wedding. This is the celebration of moving house, new job opportunities, prosperity, bounty, beauty coming in. This is prosperity because you are thinking clearly. Now, you might not be thinking completely clearly. You might have moments of, questioning ideas, looking at things differently, but you are seeing things a heck of a lot more clearly than you were before. There's a sense of coming together. There's a sense of excitement, okay? You're excited about something in the same way as you would be excited about a wedding, or you would be excited about, a family gathering. Now, this is if you like your family, of course, or you like going to weddings. This is something that you are really, really, really looking forward to. And there is just this sense of exuberance. There is this sense of prosperity and abundance and brilliance and beauty and power around you. And it comes because you are cutting through doubts and fears. And it comes because you're so connected with spirit during this time. And you're going to see your career taking a new avenue that you hadn't expected, branching off in different ways, not being held back. And as you do so, you have the High Priestess coming in. And the High Priestess is saying here that you are seeing things clearly. Now, the High Priestess can be astoundingly overwhelming. Again, you have the Moon, which is guiding you, which is filling your cup with divine wisdom. The High Priestess is not letting other people's ideas hold you back. The High Priestess is seeing the inspiration of creation and of power. The High Priestess is being like the Oracle of Delphi, which the ancient world came to, and she spoke in riddles, so it took a while to decode, right? But she gave them necessary and vital information. Now, during this time, during the awakening of the high priestess within you, you might feel overwhelmed because you're going to be seeing things so much differently than everybody else. And you're also going to be able to see people's true nature, their nastiness, that little side of themselves that they might try to hide. They might not try to hide it, but you're going to be able to see the cunningness of people. All right. And that can be something that can be very overwhelming. You're also going to have clear sight with things like, oh no, that's going to be a failure. Oh no, I have to tweak it this way. And people might not understand. People might be looking at you and being like, what the heck are you talking about? Pisces, how do you know that that's not going to work? You didn't even try it. That kind of thing. Trust your intuition, but also don't let intuition and fear kind of mingle together where it's like, oh, that won't work, because you're coming to it with this Queen of Cups, this mature idea of things. So a person who has lived, a person who has known failures, known doubts, known fears, coming to things with the energy of almost naivety, not in a bad way, but in a sense of, oh, I know I can get this done. Or, okay, you're being, on one hand, you have to be very practical with yourself, but on the other hand, you have to be a little bit, like adventurous, just a little bit like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can see the answer there, because you're going to be able to. But it can be clogged up with doubt and fear at times. So just knowing here that you are really embracing a beautiful truth and a beautiful power, and it's bringing you justice, and it's bringing you balance, and it's moving you towards what you love. And I love that you have 1, 2 going into another 2. So the repeat of the number 2 here is about communication, creativity, the coming together of your masculine and feminine energy. And the 2 of Cups is the minor arcana Lovers card. It is love and joy and happiness and success. And it is a sense of really being smitten with life, looking at the beautiful side of things, looking at things with an exquisite eye, really being in love with what you do, having a profound passion, and not letting others curtail you or dissuade you or talk you out of something really quite exquisite that is moving you forward. There is a sense here of power and of beauty and of purpose. And as you move forward in this power, in this beauty, and this purpose, I love it. You have 2, 3, and 4 in this triangle right here. So this is your heart, and this is your passion. And again, water sign energy is sensitivity and heartfeltness, really coming to things with the heart. Fire sign energy, dynamic, intuitive, visionary. It's kind of like you have this power with you. I would also say water sign energy is astoundingly visionary, but you're coming from a place of sensitivity. So it might be very easy to kind of ignore that visionary side of it, because you can be easily, kind of talked out of things by taking it too personally, or, just kind of just being a little bit too sensitive to things. I mean, yeah, that's really what I'm seeing here. And with the fire sign energy is just like that fire that consumes. They're going to move forward, and nothing is going to stop them. So they're kind of like that trailblazer that if you say, okay, that way leads to lions, they'll be like, oh, don't worry, I got this. And some of them will succeed, and some of them will get eaten by the lion. That's just the way it works. You're going to be more sensitive, more cautious, more, really moving forward with your heart. So it seems like it takes you longer, but it's really going to be that you end up at the exact perfect place for you. And with the 3 of Wands, you are looking at the horizons, you are looking at new ideas, but you've also planted those seeds. And it's 3 things that you want from life. And those 3 things they're going to be different for everybody, but I'm really seeing them as security, passion, and love. And it's passion for what you do. It's security in what you're developing. It's not having the rug pulled out from underneath you, right? And it's love. It is love being a part of you, and it's doing what you love. And it's not saying that you will do what you love 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but you need that love. You need that heart's connection, and you need to be excited about it. So those are tall orders, even though it's only 3 things, but you get there. With the 4 of Wands, there's a sense of building something beautiful. There is a sense, I really just see this as a huppah. Yeah, huppah. I always get confused. I always want to say hookah too, because, but huppah is, hookah is what the caterpillar smoked in Alice in Wonderland. But the huppah is like, as long as you were under a huppah and married by a rabbi, you could be married anywhere. You didn't have to be married in, a synagogue. You just didn't. So here it's kind of like you have that power. You have that power for it to come to you anywhere, for it to travel with you, for this passion, for this beauty, for this creativity, for this success to travel with you and be a part of you. It doesn't have to be, only in a certain place. Can you marry what you love? Can you find your passion? Can you move forward in your purpose? Can you be drawn to your path? So here it's really quite beautiful because it's saying this comes with you. This comes with you, and it will always be with you. And even if you turn from it, even if you get scared, even if you get overwhelmed, Pisces, it's always there with you. Your success, your power, your bounty, your beauty. And the Queen of Swords, not the Queen of Swords, the Princess of Swords is taking that blessing from the Ace of Swords, taking that blessing from divinity. It's holding it. It's saying, nothing is impossible. It's seeing things with a new light. It's being passionate. It's being powerful. And with the Fool, it is changing your ideas. You're not changing your ideas, but it's taking that leap of faith. It's saying, you know what? No, I'm not going to fall apart. No, things aren't bad. Because you're going to see things. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. How could I possibly move forward? Is this foolish? And there is this sense here of it's not foolish. And yeah, you're embracing new beginnings. You're embracing new beginnings. And here, it might look like, oh my gosh, you're falling off a cliff, but there's a step right underneath. You're okay. And because the dog isn't warning you, the dog is like, yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go discover. Let's go explore. And yes, at times you may think, oh, I'm being foolish. Oh, how can you make a career out of this? Or how can you do this? Or, maybe I should have just settled. Maybe I should just be happy. Maybe I, just should ignore this feeling inside. And you shouldn't. Now, again, you might have a job that pays the bills, and that's great. That is great. Bills being paid is so much better than not knowing how to pay your bills, threat of being evicted, having mounting debt and being strangled by fear. Okay? That's not fun. That's not fun at all. And this could be something you do on the side. This can be something where you sit there and you're like, am I foolish? I have no free time. Am I foolish? I'm adding more work on my table, and there's already so much there that needs to be done. You're not. Keep on listening to your heart, to your soul, yourself. Whether you are taking that leap of faith towards creating something, or towards asking for a raise, or towards, looking at progressing within the field that you are in, you are creating something beautiful, and you are moving forward in a very powerful way, and it sets you free. It ends a cycle of doubt and of fear and of feeling like completely overloaded, and it lets you start to see new beauty, new prosperity, a new bounty opening up. Your subconscious message is the King of Swords. So you go from being the Princess of Swords to being the King of Swords. Strong air sign presence, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person can really help you out. This might be somebody that you feel very connected with. And it's going to be interesting because this person can be kind of naive at times. You might look at them and be like, oh, I don't understand you at all. And then they can be so fierce, so cutting, so determined that you're like, oh, okay, you got this. That's nice. That type of thing. I'm just seeing that difference. And that's also going to be with you, Pisces. There's going to be the sweetness. There is the sweetness to you. There is the sweetness to Pisces, where, especially when you're in the positive form, when you're in the negative form, it's lost in the emotions, it's overwhelmed, it's being pulled out by the undertow, and it can become very easy to want to numb emotions by, through addiction. And it doesn't have to be, drugs or alcohol or anything like that. It can be, anything. So here during this time, just be aware of this. It can be people pleasing. It can all of a sudden, everybody else's voice matters so much more than your own. But with the King of Swords at your root, there is a sense of cutting through doubts and fears, knowing your mind, and needing to trust your mind, needing to trust the power that divinity is giving you. And don't second guess it. Sit there and go, I know what I know, and start doing it. That's going to be the hardest part, is start implementing it into your work, implementing it into your life. There is a sense of no more bull, of, cutting through the doubts, cutting through the fears, and embracing your power. And that is going to be one of the fiercest, most powerful things you can do. And you're seen. You're seen emotionally, like personally, you're going to want to kind of be behind the scenes, but people see you. You are clear thinking, you are intelligent, you are well spoken, and this is powerful for you. This really is, because this is your heart and your head coming together, and it's like, you know your truth, you know your power, you know your purpose, and you're unstoppable. Now, you won't know it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is something that can evolve and change and morph over time. But you have that elasticity, you have that flexibility of mind and of self, and you have that grace of being able to say, yes, I was in a dark place. Yes, it was overwhelming, but I now have a wealth of knowledge that I never did before. And use that wealth, because, I mean, seriously, this man has a fortune in his back. A fortune. It took so much time, so much effort, so much training to be able to make swords like that. To leave them in a body, I mean, I know this sounds terribly morbid, but to leave them in a body like that, you wouldn't. So here you might be saying, oh, Dane, they might come, they might collect the swords, you don't know. And that's true, I don't. But I'm just seeing this as a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of being able to connect with people, because you've been through the hard times. And it's kind of like you're not talking out of your tush. You know what you're talking about. And people will see it. And people do see it, Pisces. Your subconscious chakra message is inner strength. That's it. You're strong. You're fierce. You might sit there and think, oh my gosh, I'm cold. I feel alone. I feel upset. No. Everybody goes through seasons. Everybody goes through winters. And I say that here because it really does look like he's frozen. But it's through the hardships, it's through the pains and disappointments that we learn our greatest lessons and we find our greatest inspirations and power and passion. And that's it. You see your inner strength. This is your solar plexus chakra. This is your personal power. This is your courage. This is your freedom. And this is your will. And then your subconscious spirit guide animal card, your totem animal, is the owl. You see clearly now. You do. You see clearly now. What once seemed to be covered in fog, what once seemed to be so unobtainable, becomes clear. And it is powerful, and it is beautiful, and it is yours. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I love you all. Bye.